Thanks, everybody. Let's get started. Got our Black Friday special today with markets doing things, lots of down things, up things. Let's get it. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Um, just want to kind of flash out our risk disclaimer. As always, let's go through the mandatory requirements, entertainment purposes with educational intent. So I hope that works for everybody. And I want to get right into crypto for the obvious reasons of what's breaking down currently. And then talk really quick about the what the Black Friday special is going to be, how to get a hold of it, and how we can make it so that people can get with the whole software community. So, as I said in our last session, I'm going to start right off for all the early people. So, first person to type in Bat Patterns going to get the first book. It happens like that. So, what you have to do is type in Bat Pattern. First person's going to get the book, volume 2, 3, 1, or even Harmonic Trader. I told everyone I was going to start making this a little more fun, give out books. Okay, Igor, you win. Bat Pattern. All right, both you guys. First two. I'll take the first two. You have to say Bat Pattern. Yep. Okay, we'll do. Thanks. Thanks. A little turn up on the mic. You guys were slow. All right, Igor and Mehdi. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. You guys need to send me an email with your address and you will get it. You'll get the book. That's how that works. You have to send me an email. Okay? Lag Israel. Sorry. There'll be more opportunities. I plan to give away 10 books today. 10 books. All right? So volume 2 or volume 3. Just specify which one you want. I would say get volume 3. No, but hang out. I'm going to give away 8 more books. So I told everybody we're going to start giving stuff away. All right, so just hang in there. We'll do another one in 5 minutes. But I told you, for those that show up early, books will be given away. So if you want to get a book, you come early. And the best way to do that, folks, is to subscribe. So let's do that. Go to the YouTube page. Go to Harmonic Trading. Okay, YouTube user Harmonic Trading. You subscribe there. You get with that. And let me just really quick, I don't know if everybody knows how many videos are on here. All of our podcasts are on here. So we're doing a lot of work on crypto, a lot of real-time stuff that we've been looking at. And then I uploaded a couple of new courses. So, and that's like 5-6 hours of material there. And that's the one thing you might want to consider when going through the material is look for the instructional webinars first. And all of that is available here on the YouTube channel. And there's various playlists too. Check out the playlist where you can see our course material, the library, and all the videos from Harmonic Pattern Collection. Check out all of that. So I don't know if people realize how much is here. The other thing, really quick, before we go much further, is jump on over to Harmonic Trader, folks, if you're new. And I'm going to be starting to kind of work off this blog a little bit more and off the website a little bit more. But here is the Black Friday special. Just wanted to mention this. Go to Harmonic Trader, click on blog, and it'll be here. You click on the blog and then click the Black Friday special. The information for the Black Friday special is also, the link is listed in the description of this YouTube live stream window. So the whole deal is that starting in January, we're going to go to subscription-based model for all Harmonic Pattern Collection software. For right now, what I'm recommending, and because we're spending so much time on crypto, is jump on the TradingView Harmonic Pattern Collection Lite program. And so if you can take advantage of that right now and get an annual license. We're going to give out your 13 months for 12. So you sign up now, you're good until next January 1st, and then we have a 10% discount. So use this discount code right here, folks. All right, use that discount code for 10% off. Igor, okay, yeah, and Mehdi, the email address is harmonictrader@gmail.com. That's my general address. The other thing, folks, is to get with the Discord. Maybe even a better way to go. So if you're not a basic member, go to harmonictrader.com. Okay, just to the website straight up, register. And the best place I'm finding now, more so, is to connect with me on the Discord. All of that information is on the basic member page. Just go to start@harmonictrader.com. Everything starts at harmonictrader.com, your entire journey, because everything is there. And then go and click on our link here and join Discord and become a part of Harmonic Pattern Central. That's HPC on Discord. It's oh good, yeah, we're getting there. That's good. 171 online right now, and you know we started out, we got like right to 100, got 640 members or so, and that's going to keep growing. I said we'd get that to 1,000 members pretty quick. So by the end of the year, I expect this thing to be hopping. But everything we do is about the software. So Black Friday special, get with the TradingView program. Okay, and if you buy the program or you sign up for an annual license and you want a book, contact me. The lifetime license currently, no. If you want the, okay, so really quick, I'll put that in the chat box. There is everybody, if you want to subscribe, and I was going to get into this on Monday because there's going to be an owner's deal for both programs, full package. That's going to be kind of like the big Cadillac program that I'll offer on Monday, but that'll be the last time you'll be able to get the owners. Right now, you still can get the owner's license. Go to our partner. All right, our sales pages go to our partner at senioranalyst.com. sr-analyst.com. That's our partner Divergence software. If you want the 10% for the owner's license for now, use this code HPC TV10. I'm putting it in the chat. But I would say wait. If you guys want to, the other thing to wait for, okay? And my recommendation for everyone is to simply get with the free trial. If you're not activated for this program, okay, this is Harmonic Pattern Collection for TradingView. Start there, and you basically go become a basic member and send in your information, get activated. I think most of what everyone is doing at the moment, heavy influence on crypto, and we've been covering a lot of opportunities. I mean, really big stuff in the crypto space, more so than even stocks, despite the fact of what's going on. I'll pop up Bitcoin in a second, and we're going to talk about this. We talked about in our last two sessions, we talked about a couple of patterns at 57,000 that it's now failed. And the thing that developed between today and Tuesday was this big Gartley. So I'll get into that in a minute. I mean, we had some things develop between the last session and now. So let's get with that. I do want to cover a couple things really quick. I wanted to get that stuff out of the way. And If you have questions, again, get on the new Harmonic Pattern Central Discord channel and we'll interact there. So before I jump into Bitcoin, I do want to circle back to Ethereum. Why? Because we essentially left the entire deal on Ethereum as the clearest candidate, the clearest situation of all of the patterns that we were seeing. So we looked at, and this is what I said, go back to the session where I said, look, if we get more consolidation, don't be surprised. Why? Because we were still in that type 1 and had to come back for a type 2 return because we never got down to the full levels and we didn't trigger our confirmation. So let's check our data feeds too, because that was on the 4-hour pattern. We had that bat on, there was a bat pattern on, depending on the data feed. What we were talking about was this crab pattern that now, just now, was retested. Let's expand this. Take that out. All right, so if you go back to Tuesday's presentation on Ethereum, we all agreed that was an ideal type 1. And then we had that flush, but we came really close to the XA. We didn't hit it. And I said in those instances, eventually we tend to get there. That's how we treat those situations where if it falls just shy and does a reaction, unless there's something overwhelming, I'm going to assume more consolidation. And those are the exact words that I used. Expect more consolidation. Well, we got a really nice bearish ABCD pattern that was auto-generated and set up, 6 hours, 4 or 5 hours before this precipitous decline here, back into the zone. So what can we expect? Well, we're down now. We hit XA on the full retest, just a shade under 4,000. And we're now looking for as low as the hop 3768. Why? Because it's a 1618 off of that prior last ditch move. So it's coming in kind of a sloppy fashion. Not the same way, maybe not as much of a straight shot as we might have seen, but we still want to see down in this zone, HSI, amplified confirmation, which is what we have. So HSI, on a 4-hour chart, that's still going to take probably until tomorrow or at least tonight to get into that zone and pivot out. You're talking maybe another 2-3 bars to get it's got to hit it now. And which means it still needs to come down a little bit more. At least you have amplified. That's our top indicator. That's amplified RSI. That's our relative strength, kind of a harmonic, accelerated, amplified relative strength indicator is really how to think about it. What that shows us, though, early signs. So this is what we want to pay attention to. This is the full retest we saw for Ethereum. And now we're looking for that confirmation element, which, again, what happened to stock to flow model? I've been mentioning stock to flow for the last several weeks. Today is the 26th of November. So much for 98,000, right? So what? Is that not going to work? From a harmonic perspective, we did talk about the fact that this Ethereum setup, the retest, the type 2, and there was several type 2 retests that are coming back in here, would be a good launch pad. That would be a great secondary retest of a high level pattern. All right, and you've got several patterns here. Just look at the last 4 patterns and the reactions, minimum reactions in each case. You come down, and this just goes back a month. There's your terminal bar, bang, back up for the return, and back down to target 1. Not target 2, but still a nice reaction. Then here you go, another ABCD up here. Come back, and now we're back into a bull. I mean, it's just been a lot of zigzag. You were stair-stepping, but now maybe you're down-stepping. That's what I want to look at Ethereum, because the other aspect of what's going on here with this ABCD is the fact that, hey, we have spent now 30 days in a range. We're 30 days sideways. 30 is a big number, folks. Always, no matter what methodology you're using, I still think your scenarios have to fall within a certain minimum range. 30 is a great number because it relates to the central limit theorem, basically looking at every bar, trading bar, as a set of data and then analyzing that collective set of data. That's what we're doing. This collective set of data says, all right, we're scraping support. We need to bounce here immediately with this top end resistance. And it's probably more like that because we only spent like a week above that 4,500. Couple questions. So free trial, yes, is still available. I know a couple people are really interested. Yes, and you can still get the lifetime option. So people are asking about the software in the chat, I see. So really quick, let me just dial it back to show everybody where to start. Darn it, where did you go? Okay. I want everyone just take 1 second. Okay. If you are a basic member, great. Tell everybody about how to get started with the basic membership. Now, everybody that needs to learn about this, please, everything you need, you will ever need is on this one page, and it's free. The Harmonic Trader Basic Member resource page. And if you go through this and take the trials and sign up, okay, you can upgrade. And the lifetime option will still be available till the end of the month. We're going to run the Black Friday. We'll have a Cyber Monday thing on Monday. And you guys will have at least a week to jump on it. But if you get signed up now, I'll grandfather everybody in. The key is to start here, folks, and follow the information because all of the questions you have are there. And then a little later today, okay, I'm going to show something I wanted to get into last session out of my book on volume 3. All the harmonic pattern books are here. Just click on the PDF and then bang, click it, and then you can start reading. So there's volume 3. And I'm going to go over something today in volume 3. So let's throw out 2 more books. So first person to type volume 3, first 2 people, you'll get volume 3. Let's see it. Who's there? Let's see it. In the meantime, I'm going to set up the page. And then we'll do 6 more books after this. So let me know. Volume 3. And for the rest, we will hang in towards the end. I'm going to go about another 10-15 minutes. Okay. AA Ron and Eli Julian. Okay, you 2 guys, send me your address. You have to email me your address, please. Eli Julian, AA Ron, Volume 3. You guys got it. Everyone else, a little late. Late. Maybe get a slightly quicker feed. I don't know. But we'll do a couple more. I'll do 6 more. So hang in. 6 more. Okay, and if you have volume 3 and you want volume 2, send that in the email, please. Really important. Now, in a little bit, what I'm going to do is I want to go over a strategy that I've presented before, but I want to highlight this because it's happening a lot in crypto, and it's also a great confirmation technique. This is out of the volume 3 book on page 265. And we'll talk about this in a minute. It's about the complex return. Yeah, I think so. I think some people's internet is too slow. So, again, my apologies, but I'll try to make it plenty of available. By the end of this, give it a couple of weeks. I said I'd give away at least a book or two every session now. Eventually, you guys will win if you just keep showing up. Anyway, I'll go into that a little bit later. But again, I want everyone to go to harmonictrader.com, become a basic member, and get everything you need there, including the TradingView program that we're talking about. All that information is there. And the software for the other platforms, again, I make this available that you could try all of these programs for free. And a lot of people, what they end up doing is they get the TradingView program first, and then a month or two later, they want to try MetaTrader or eSignal, and then they upgrade. So definitely take advantage of that, folks. I said that multiple times, and I guess people are like, really? Yeah, really. I think people don't understand what I'm trying to achieve here. You get the right tools with the right information in your hands, okay, we can do anything, quite frankly. It's just, especially in what's going on with everything today, I absolutely think it's, it requires it requires a real proactive kind of community, and that's what I'm all about. So I think it's been a phenomenal year. Everyone knows what we've done with crypto and various specific situations, big mooning situations. I think we should, let me jump over to something that's actually quite relevant that we were talking about last session. It's worked out. I updated it uh, on Twitter. Thanks, guys. Hey, Pete. Yeah, MetaTrader is a great one. eSignal is phenomenal with their data. TradingView is so fantastic because it's online, has so much accessibility, as well as all the crypto feeds. That's really something else. And it's just amazing harmonic action in the crypto. So let's talk about crypto.com, right? So here's the Twitter update from 2 days ago. And we have been talking about this, for a while. I had updated this. Let's just keep going back and back. There's the original pattern. That's where this started. And took shape off of that pattern and absolutely started to explode. And I said, okay, we ride to $1. And I was thinking that because we saw so many of those altcoins making that move, at least that thrust move. But what I talked about in the last session is that we were almost cooked in crypto.com for now. And then I basically posted this 382 note of saying, okay, look for a 38.2% retracement because that was about it. And we're there. We're there because we did have, I don't know if I explained this well enough, but we were looking at this crab formation, basically an overextended 1618 after an insane move. And the 382 comment was really just looking for some kind of correction off of, this amazing, it's just been just a remarkable move. Ever since it got on Coinbase, it has just exploded. And so if you're looking at Coinbase, or we can go to the crypto.com feed, your 382 is around 70 cents. So a lot there, folks, and that's why I said let's take some time. 1 minute, folks. I need actually 1 second. Let me get a sip of water. Okay, I'm back. Thanks a lot. And again, go through the past 6, 8 sessions. Go through some of the sessions that I covered back in September, and you'll see that a lot of those reached their targets, and then that was it. Not much beyond that. So where are we now with something like Crypto.com? Setting up pretty nice pullback here where there's still plenty of time. We don't have any real signal yet. We're getting there. We hit an oversold on the 4 hour ever since topping out just shy of $1. So I would break this down on, say, an hourly time frame or even like a 30-minute, and until I get something. Let's go there. Yeah, bring it here. Okay, I don't have anything off the top. No crab pattern, no bat pattern. So this thing needs a little more time. I think we had a really good kind of anticipation on this, and that's something that I have been mentioning really since Monday, of how a few of the big explosions that we called, I didn't capture fully because I didn't have the target in there fast enough. Some of them were, merely minutes up at their targets. So absolutely, I think it's something we're in that environment. That's maybe part of the trading psychology consideration we need to remember always. This is speculation. I'm not a hodler. I'm a trader, and some stuff I would love to hold for a long time if it kept running. Crow has a 1 minute pattern right now. Let me take a look. But my point being, and I said this, kind of pounded the table. Oh, beautiful. Really nice. Here's a 1 minute pattern on Crow, Coinbase feed. Off the top, around 68 bucks. Hop level at 68.70. That's where I would favor that. But the point being, folks, we have to be super aggressive in our management to be able to capture those huge moves. People talk about life-changing money only if you capture the move. The worst part about what might transpire again is the rug gets pulled here, and everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people do another 2017. It's interesting that people who were talking about or have gone through a 2017, who got their rug pulled on them in that last cycle and then came back with a vengeance, BitBoy Crypto, and are still looking for the moon. A lot of these guys are still looking for the moon. I'll call it like I see it, and if we need to shut this down, I'll shut this down. Just like I did on Crypto.com. Okay, that was a great pump, but you got to dump to get it and get back in. That's what we will do. But let's break it down. Let's break BTC. Because, folks, we should not be here. I'll just say that. We should not be here. Not at 53, not at 54, barely 56.5. And this is not what you do if you're going to continue your breakout run. And this is all about the prior high. This is, at a minimum, what's happening today is telling you you're going to take more time. But does that time take more price, like a lot more price? Because you're already kind of challenging this here of an 886 off the last swing. So I don't, and it's not pretty. I mean, you pierced the prior high and you have no continuation. And take a look at sorry, come on. Man, that mouse is sticky. Look at what we're doing here on are amplified and HSI. So here's amplified RSI not turning up. I really thought we would turn up, make progress. That was the only thing left to do, especially after that green arrow. That's HSI coming out of the zone. But I don't know. Now what? You're going to come back down again? These are the early signs. These are early signs where it's going to take more time on a daily basis. And then you could start sketching out, what is it, something like a mini shark? Like a mini shark 886, but all of that to 42,000, 43,000. That's all that's there. I hate to say that. We did have a bearish, there's a good comment. There was a 4-hour crab pattern on BTC at 68,000 that we talked about. But, I wasn't expecting that thing to mark this kind of correction. Let me clean up the chart. We had a few of these. I mean, there's been lots of nice patterns. That ABCD at the top, you look back to back here. This hop level on that prior bullish pattern, that should be it. And it didn't. What happened here? We went sideways and we did nothing. Harmonic dud. How do we know? Well, there's your trigger. Here's the hop, okay? There's the second. We could say that's really the type 2 off of that alternate bat with confirmation really there at the hop level. But basically, you're there at 57.3. We talked about this last time. And then what happens? We go sideways for 30 bars or more. Again, there's that 30 with HSI now showing you down. That's not a shakeout. Definitely not a shakeout. So, and we see other altcoins mooning insanely and now coming back for sure, like crypto.com did. So we expect that. But, it is something where you see early signs and it's not doing what it should be doing. Again, you're looking for 100,000, folks. Here's 100,000. Okay, that's the 100,000 mark that everyone is looking for by Monday, Tuesday. Okay, that's stock to flow model. The whole thing about this, you start kind of going against that grain, then you start to kind of break from that model. Great comment, James, about leverage. Yes, leverage is certainly too high. The leverage in the crypto market was at extremes about 2 weeks ago preceding this. Or as Bitcoin got to new all-time highs, it was all fluff leverage. So I don't, within the whole context of where you are with wanting to be super long crypto, with Bitcoin doing this, or I think even better, probably the better proxy is Ethereum. Why? Because Ethereum, another 1618 on the daily, perfectly, right at the top. Okay, come back, do a 382 move, something like this. And that's just a simple correction. That 382, again, is around 39.70. And then do we go again? That's what we need to look for, because if Ethereum doesn't hold, there are some constructive things in Ethereum, as I talked about in the last session, and now we see kind of daily check back where we're trying to stabilize at like 2-week support. What are we going to do? I would not be surprised to see that as low as, say, 37.50, 37.80 if we come down one more time to complete this daily amplified RSI BAM. That's what that is. Take a look. On our RSI BAM, this is this top indicator. Okay, think of it as just standard RSI on steroids, on harmonic steroids. All right, your green line goes on. That's the start process to establish what we call RSI BAM confirmation. So green line still trending on. We're looking for that to hit and the green line to stop, and then we start to go. So green line has to come down a little, or the indicator has to come down a little bit more to fully stabilize, and then you go. This can go sideways a little bit more or have a little bit of a retest underneath this level. But let's say you swoosh this level. Let's say instead of 38, 37.50, you're at 35.50. That's trouble. That is trouble. So I would absolutely be on the lookout next several days. I said this in the beginning of the month, that every day ticking would be less effective for stock to flow model. And personally, no one really knows the harmonic patterns. I mean, harmonic patterns, folks, yeah, the whole harmonic thing, it's there are very few great harmonic pattern people, in my opinion. You guys know, I think Mitch Ray's top of my book for doing harmonic pattern stuff, and definitely check him out. But the rest of them, just about like 95% of them, they don't really know what they're doing. They don't know what really harmonic patterns are. And the whole harmonic pattern thing, in terms of what it can be of our levels of make or break, are different from like what everyone else is looking. Everyone's looking at stock to flow. So stock to flow is their guideline because it's the only thing they really know. Look at like BitBoy and look at some of the other guys that, even these guys that are extremely popular with their technicals, that are just doing like simple moving averages. By the time those moving averages cross and it gets flushed, it's going to be too late. That's my concern. That's why we're looking at this right now. And that's why, I said this on Monday, that 56 was not a great number. And Ethereum, again, with needing that retest to complete the type 2, here's the original arrow, had to come down. It's the 4-hour crab pattern. There it is. This is really what we need to go on. In my opinion, I think Bitcoin's lost a little bit of its juice. You see these crazy flushes, and then the crazy, moon up, no continuation. It's just a lot of zigzag. Ethereum seems to still be working in a little smoother type 1, bang, type 2, and then we'll see. We should come back and go like that for Ethereum. 37,663. That's the hop level off of that crab pattern. What's up? What's up, my guy? I know this guy. Welcome, my friend. How are you? Good to have you with us. Excellent. Really glad to have you out there. The BitBoy uses the market cipher. I think the market cipher is just moving averages, folks. So, I've taken a look at a lot of these programs, and the levels are really just kind of adaptations of free tools you can get on TradingView. Scott, do you think we'll hit the hop before we go? Yes, I do think we will hit the hop. I have been trusting the hop. The hop level, folks, harmonic optimal price level, that is our secondary level that we use on the zones, especially when we have the secondary retest. Take a look at the stuff we talked about last week. We covered that extensively. But with crypto in particular, we have been seeing a lot of hop retests as our ideal area We saw that on Bitcoin. We saw that, and Bitcoin got down to that level and then and absolutely raged. So that's, part of the way to treat the levels, the way to kind of what to expect in this type of environment are to look for these overshoot moves. We look at certainly the measured level. That's where we want to be focused. But even with Ethereum on that last dip down, all right, it exceeded the level. Let me blow up the zone here. I don't think, I can't really see it that well because the wick is not really that great. But it's right here. Let's draw it out. Here's the wick though. We were as low as 39.11 with the XA at 39.96. So we've got to focus on these levels and how critical they are because, look, think of it this way. If this is an uptrend, and the way that we look at 1618 corrections, especially within an uptrend, they're great opportunities. Okay, what they represent, this crab pattern in Ethereum, think of it like this. Surge up, back, surge up, back, surge up. Now we get a real nice kind of let the air out of the tires. And it's an offshoot of that last thrust would come down in a big kind of short correction down to the 1618. That's called an impulsive harmonic impulse wave. Why? It's just really quick. It's a quick 1618 counter trend move. And what you want to see is that continue. Now we could do a 1-2, especially have a nice pattern there, which this should be doing. So maybe we launch from a lower point, get a little perspective, go back, a month, 2 months. It's a pretty high level pattern. I know there's a lot of lines up there, kind of messy. Let me remove at least those arrows. But the key thing to remember is that, if we're looking here, or we're looking here, or looking, there for a pause, or there for a pause, we're in the area where we need to be looking for that reaction, reversal dynamic. In this case, we're at that point. And the hop level at 37.63 is probably what to be looking for with indicator confirmation in the next 24 to 48 hours tops. We're almost there. I think we're almost there on several data feeds. The Ethereum HSI signal is getting under the 11.3 level, and amplified RSI is down there. So both of those are hitting oversold extremes, but they still need time to pivot out. So again, your 40.90, this needs another 24 hours. Yeah, I think so. That's a good, Elliott wave comment. Yeah, again, I'm not big on the Elliott wave, but a lot of people do find that the harmonic patterns fit nicely within Elliott wave counts. I think of it more of reaction reversal dynamics, and looking at these kind of setups where, hey, if it's the first time the pattern's tested and we get a solid move but no continuation, well, that's reaction. That's what that last move on Ethereum was. Same with Bitcoin. But now no follow through, and the further we go sideways, the weaker this zone will be. Let's look at a couple. Yeah, let's look at a couple. A couple altcoins are catching my eye, but not for good reasons. Let's look at Cardano. Okay, Cardano is something back in September, October, scraped along at 165. Let me see if the 4 hour, if we can go back to those patterns. We had a crab pattern off the top at Maybe it was 185. And I'm not going to go search it, but it was just like this. It was, I think it was something off the top after it did its first run. And I think it was like this. I think we had a couple crab patterns. Maybe it was a 2-hour chart. This and Algo, all of them did this bounce move sideways for the last 6 weeks or more, 2 months. Yeah, I don't know why Cardano's not showing up like that. But if we kick it out, let's go to the all-time chart. And we should probably look at a couple of these feeds, but they seem to be the same. This chart does not seem to be much different from Bitcoin, folks. And if we manually draw, just kind of the consideration of what this is, well, big ABCD off of just off the May low, like this. Let me get the ABCD. You don't have much in the way of where it's really constructive formations. There's certainly no follow through. And I think a lot of it had to do with the type of lows we formed back in the summer. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a little bit better. But now look at Cardano rolling over. I mean, that thing's a swan. I'm not that that's a pattern. I mean, the bird diving. Let me see here. This was the formation we were looking for. But again, look, there was no our C point here. We didn't have our M or W formation. It was almost like a double bottom, but kind of a shark at a, what, 127? That doesn't work. 113, something like that. It just an ugly structure, but no follow through. And this is the thing to be looking at for all of them. Crypto.com could be like this. All right, great move, awesome. It was amazing. It was an amazing week last week, but no follow through. And then you come off of that high and you have no formation of a pattern. Maybe it's a 5-0, maybe it's a 618. Nope, nothing there. It's not holding at that critical level. And at a minimum, I'm going to say, Cardano, folks, this is going to flush just off of the summer swing. 886, 122, 121. So that's troubling. Early, but troubling. Here's the other one. Something that, this is probably the one that caught my eye. And this is the one where I had to look into the project to really see why would this thing drop. OMG, folks. OMG. I thought this thing was going to absolutely explode on the next move higher and then go. Because after the July reset, you had a full 886 move, which was, it was sweet. Remember this? All the way down to the 886, which is, some of these that did that were exact, but bang. Right there. And now what are we doing? We're doing this, it's an ABCD 113. That's not good. Not to mention, the minimum thing for OMG still lower until we finish something. Give me a shark. Give me, I don't know. That's a pretty nasty structure. You need a 1618 to the downside, which is at about 625. That would be a minimum, and maybe it's a, why not? OMG, right? 1618, 886 gets you down as low as on $5. Sorry about that, folks. Again, I don't know about the stories. I don't know about the projects. I talked about my angle to be speculating on these markets is all I'm concerned about. But then when I hear a story like that where you basically have like a super dilution of whatever your instrument is, yeah, you're going to get this. And in terms of cycles being a nasty corrective cycle, look for the 886. And that's got a ways to go. So you see these starting to stick out in areas where they should be continuing or ramping. Here's one that has worked out on a few occasions, but just short-term moves. And now we have another one. How many of these patterns in chilies, folks? Look at all these. I've posted 2 or 3 massive patterns, 4-hour, hourly. Chilies, I'm still long that. I caught this move. I took some profits on that big surge and added some back in earlier. I like that zone. Why? You got 3 beautiful patterns in chilies on the hourly. And I think on the 4-hour time frame, there's something big there. HSI. Chili's is still, by definition, it hit the 886 exactly. We talked about that crazy rocket move. What I'm targeting is the return to retest that high. So again, I would absolutely just be aware of that. Take a look at your daily time frames. Look at your big retracements. Are you above or below the spring peak of whatever crypto you're looking at? A lot of them are like this in chilies, trying to make a run, back up to the 886s here of these prior highs from March, April. Some others, Solana, Polkadot, have really run. Let's update Solana really quick, because that one has come off quite a bit. But same deal. Here's the thing with Solana. Much like Crypto.com, a lot of these do tend to kind of have the same proportions and movements very close to each other. Perfect 1618. Look at that right there on Solana on the daily FTX at 258, 260. And this is still just a type 1, which is good because keep an eye on Solana. Even though it's been pummeled recently, it's back into that 382, 618 zone with an HSI on the daily. So somewhere around, get a 50% retracement in here, somewhere in here, and then start to look for the return. Yeah, I'll look at Filecoin. I haven't looked at that in a while. Filecoin, someone's asking for Filecoin. The other thing I'm going to suggest, folks, is the interesting thing about a year ago, November, I started doing the streams. I did a crypto stream for Black Friday last year, and the prices where Ethereum and crypto were. We applied the same framework to those that were dealing with the altcoins, and I would take a look at how those worked out, because many of them were phenomenal examples called well in advance, and a lot of them had huge patterns that the software generated. Filecoin, they're on your daily, again, trying to stabilize at this HSI arrow. All of that's at least you got some stabilization. Here is your amplified RSI on the top. Green line stops right there. Take a look. Green line is stopping right there. We start looking for bullish signals. We have that bullish signal there. So yeah, and what does it look like on an hourly? Okay, hey, not bad. Check this. You got a really nice type 2. Wait, oh, pull this up. There you go. Filecoin on the hourly, yeah, back at this ABCD. Little sloppy, but somewhere around 51.43 is that hop level. What about a 4-hour? Nothing there. Okay, 2-hour time frame. I did remember seeing something on this. We do have something really nice on Filecoin. Okay. You just finished the type 1. Now we're going into type 2. What is that type 1? The type 1 reaction. So that, looking at that, come back down to 50, folks. That's where I want to be absolutely targeting that type 2. Really nice one. I like that. 1 second, folks. Thanks, everybody. Let's get back into it. Wrap it up with a couple more. And listen, we'll be back on Monday, next podcast, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we do these every week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11 a.m. I'm probably going to keep that schedule until January 1st. And then I might change it up a little bit more January 1st. But for now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. And best place to connect is always with harmonictrader.com. So Filecoin, hey, there's another one. Thank you for that. Who gave me that shout out? Jared, thank you so much on Filecoin. Because here's, it doesn't look really clean, right? But it's got everything we want to see. There's the initial completion, as I was mentioning, but we had a delayed move where it took some consolidation before it actually, and look, it took a couple of HSI arrows. Then we go to target 1, perfect. Now come back for the type 2 return. So that sets up your type 2 return. I'm looking for something in that area. Give me confirmation, because then there you've got type 2 reversal and go to target 2. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So here's the next one. Oh, before we go to the next one, we got a couple more books to give out. So the first person to type PRZ into the chat, the first 3 people, you'll get a book. PRZ. Who can do that? First 3 people. So far we gave out 7 books. 7 books in today's session. I'll give out 3 more. PRZ. And you guys can get a volume 2 or volume 3. If you want a volume 1, it's going to take me a little bit longer. All right, we got you guys. Okay, first 3, D-Sol, Argo Glass, and Kane Hatton. You guys. All right, the first 3 guys, you know who you are. Send me an email with your address to harmonictrader@gmail. Yeah, we'll get you. Hey, Greg, you have a book on already en route. So I think a couple of the guys, folks, this is something also that if you bought the program, if you guys signed up for the program, the software, you get a free book. So if you bought the software and you didn't get the free book, you got to email me. Igor, I did, and everybody else that absolutely the people that won in the last session, your books have already been sent out, so don't worry about it. I know a couple of you guys were like, "Hey, I didn't get my book yet." It was 2 days. It's going to take a week. So, but your books, they get forwarded and they get sent out. We got 3 more to give away, and it's PRZ, Josh. PRD, potential reversal zone. People say pattern reversal zone. You can say whatever you want. Just make sure you understand reaction reversal. I really don't care. Hey Lulu, yeah, let's look at Gitcoin. That's a good one. GTC. You know, somebody was telling me at the Bitcoin conference that was a bag to hold. Just buy it and hold it. And I ignored that sucker. I did. Look at it. Look at that. 14. So what about something like GTC? Well, a little late now, right? I'm not touching that. Not yet, at least. These are those types that you get on your radar. You got to look at a couple different data feeds too. Yeah, this is interesting. Why? Because on some of the other data feeds, like here on Binance, you do have this relevant history that gives you your W formation. B point at a 56%. So that's more like a Gartley. I mean, that's really close to the 618. And so your 786, it'd be something like that would be a target, but I'm not jumping in yet. I would need to see a nice pullback on this. All right, Lulu, you send me an email. I'll just send you a copy. Okay? Yeah, pattern reaction zone, pattern reversal zone. Listen, the PRZ concept. Let me just take a second and show you. Let's go back because it really wanted to talk about 1 or 2 things from the books today. I wanted to talk about the complex return, but let's just look really quick. Harmonic Trader, folks, 1998. It's a long time ago. That's when I started this. I set down these ideas, borrowing from Elliott wave concepts, borrowing from other harmonic style WD Gann and other ratio people to then look at these M and Ws. And so the concept of PRZ was a word that I coined that is something I wanted to convey as a potential reversal zone. Why? Because the whole concept of just being, really being aware of zones in general, which really was not a concept until the patterns came out, implied a lot. Let me go. I'm trying to find this. There you go. I mean, this is so old school. I did all these charts by hand. It's pretty crazy. But the whole PRZ concept, there you go, was to kind of capture that. Was to go from one point to being able to understand the character within a range. My email address is harmonictrader@gmail, folks. All the information is on the basic member page. Now, really quick, why PRZ? Well, potential. Why? Because you want to be prepared for anything. Why reversal? Because that's what the anticipated move. And then the zone, again, that zone concept is something that when we're measuring and when people do technical measurements of any type, I really stress going with more of a zone than a single point. I find people are too focused on one point, one retracement, one extension. We want to be looking at that zone area and then defining what goes on in that zone, because typically we get the zone right, we're going to characterize the behavior. We're going to be able to identify that change in behavior, I think, a little more clearly than a single point. But it's important to know that a lot of this stuff came as a kind of like a, necessity is the mother of invention kind of a thing, where really I was just feeling my way through how to describe what I was just kind of identifying. So the things like, properly measuring the M's and W's, the first book, again, all of that was measured by hand. We had no software. It was probably 4 years or 3 years before I had software of refining the ideas manually. But, as we see in the current automated program, it's come so far, and the advancements of being able to pop up like a chart and have patterns appear like this, like, there's a 1 minute chart, there's Gitcoin. Okay, look at the bat pattern, look at the whole reaction reversal. That's on the fly. I just click in a 1 minute chart on the fly, and there's the bat pattern. This has got everything, though. I mean, amazing that we've gone from Harmonic Trader, that's the first book, to volume 3, where volume 3 takes your entire focus from trying to identify what the pattern is to simply saying, okay, I'm going to trust the work. I trust Scott's work. And all of that has been brought into an automated algorithm profile that can generate these type of matches, where we look for the signaling. We wait for the arrow confirmation. And then we execute within that zone, knowing that here, our objective is that. Why? Because that's how harmonic patterns unfold, folks. Harmonic patterns they're phenomenally accurate at providing you a well-defined price segment, not home run scenarios. We want to go from hop to T1 every time. Hop to T1. And then come back for the retest and then tart 2 every time. But if you can just master the hop to T1, everything else falls into line. PCK asks, did you ever try to trade the C to D move? Of course. That's what we did with the Chili's the first time, or some of the others. The Solanas, the Ethereums. I mean, all of those that we projected. We utilizing some of those patterns as targets as much as, opportunities unto themselves. Now, GTC on a 1 minute basis, showing all the same things we would want to look for on daily, weekly. It's probably good to flash up. I mean, I haven't showed this in a month or two, but remember what started all of this a year ago, folks? Let me bring this down. Yeah, let me bring this. Was it a week? It was either the weekly or the daily a year ago. It was the daily. Here you go. Where did you go? My fault. Hold on. Where'd that weekly pattern go? Yeah, there it is. All right, so it was that retest of this monster bat pattern. And that was one of a few. Okay, that once we got up there, got out of the zone, which is, it took quite a bit of time, we exploded. Remember the BTC patterns? Those were back to back. And I'm going to bring this up. And these weekly charts. Remember that one? Okay, and that's something I brought up. That was from the low to low, the 17 to 20 or 19 low. And then look at what happened on the BTC chart. It was just remarkable. Type 1, type 2, even on the weekly. Now, we're going to look at this more next week. Why? Because there are things that are lining up currently that relate in a bearish way. In the same way that was bullish, we're now looking at some bearish dynamics that are starting to set up. You're in early stages, but we want to see how this thing unfolds off of the top here on Bitcoin and all of these. One of the things that I showed in crypto.com is same technique I've used in Bitcoin, and it's something we all need to consider. We talked about last session, what's the maximum harmonic extension we can use? And I showed that we basically don't want to exceed a 3618. The extreme harmonic extensions we use is basically 2618. For Bitcoin, that was about 48,000. And then 314, which is 57.5. And then top end, top, the 3618 we have hit, and that was at 66,000. Now we've seen a couple of reactions off of each one of those stair-step retracement levels. And I even in the most constructive manner, okay, if we come back, there's a 50% off of this high. We did a 382. Okay, you're going back to the low 40s. There's nothing underneath here. All right, there is nothing underneath the current level that would suggest this would stop until we get down back to the low 40s. If not, basically going to come back and redo the whole summer segment. That's what's at stake here. Failing in the way that we're failing, not continuing. The final piece about Bitcoin, that with the rollover, with the breakdown currently, is a major weekly divergence on my amplified indicator. For me, you're not going to see it in standard RSI, but we did come up basically to like a 113 here. Let me fix that. It's like this. It's a big extension wave like that to a 113, and it's a failure. That's tricky, folks. I don't. The problem with it is that there's only two places to go. 886, again, that puts you 37, 38. Or if there's going to be some kind of something crazy, then you get the rollover here and now. Why? If we're not going to hold here and we're just going to break down, you do have this big formation up at the top. That's your complex M formation. Your red line has gone on. Now, we were looking at this just 2-3 weeks ago. Why? Because this thing was holding up in the extreme. I wanted this thing to expand higher. It has not done so. It has reversed out of that level. That is something where I absolutely want to watch this now. That's not the behavior of a breakout. So absolutely not what you want to see at this point if you're going to break out. No, you're not going to break out. You're not going to break out with an indicator formation, completed RSI, BAM, divergence. Why? Because your indicator formation here is a much lower level with a slightly higher reading of the prior high. Folks, I don't like that. I don't like that. And at a minimum, it's going to take more time within a framework that is already super squeezed. So how do harmonics compare to stock to flow and those kind of assessments? For me, it's going to take more time. It's going to be something where you're not in a harmonic position that would suggest that this thing is ready to ramp. Ethereum being your poster child, it's going to take a little bit more time at a point where you seem to be running out of time. And I think that goes across the board for all this nonsense. That's, a lot of things have come out today again. I don't even want to go there in terms of talking about anything other than markets, because um, when we stay pure to the harmonic measurements, like a crypto.com situation, all right, you find yourself able to hit the optimal spots without hesitation. So when we got to 99.5 cents and I put out the tweet and said, done for now, good for now, good for now. Okay, that's how we're going to capture the better moves, the bigger moves, without sitting on a market that is potentially going to need a lot more time. And that's the way to think about it. Maybe not up or down, but just think of it from a time perspective. Are the measurements fitting within our whatever? I mean, I know. Look, I keep saying BitBoy crypto. I'm gonna give that young man that, not even that young man. He's not even that young, but I'm gonna give that man some credit. Whether he's a scam or whatever you think of him, people have called him out and said some things, but kid never backed down. Kid, he's a man. That man never backed down, and he's got 1 million subscribers, doing a lot of fundamental stuff. But I think he educated a lot of people. I think he has brought a lot of people into the mix in a friendly way. I do feel like a guy like that needs to be a lot more technically oriented, but at least I think he's bringing people into the game. Now, people need to use their head, and most of you that are here, absolutely, you guys, you've got it together. You are miles ahead of 99% of the crowd. So that's, for me, the essence of what we're doing here is to deliver the clear framework, the measured levels of assessing the trading action so that we can make the right decisions regardless of the hype. And crypto.com is a great example of, utilizing the patterns. We triggered way down here. I mean, 34 cents, folks, is where we were with calling it up to $1. And good for now, but I am going to start looking, because now when the rest of these people are panicking out, I'm getting ready to go back in. I'll look for something down in here, but that's how we've been able to do it with the measurements. And in this environment, that's a huge move. I mean, a 30-40% correction, folks. So definitely be mindful of that. I spoke a lot about that kind of mindset in the last presentation. And so, take advantage of it. But I will be the first to warn everyone, if I see this break down within the framework. I mean, if Bitcoin does something really ugly here and we break down within the framework and we start to fall apart, okay, again, it's not going to be a 50,000 retest. It's going to be like a 39,000 retest. That's why this is so critical. And in going to 39, you're going to break the time signature for this stock to flow thing, and then everyone's going to capitulate on that and say, oh, stock to flow didn't work. It's too late. All right, I might as well take what I can get. All right, I didn't make 5x, 7x. I only made 1x, so I'm just going to be done. Yeah. Look, I'm trying to bring this pure harmonic perspective to what I see here. I think we were spot on with the call back in September of looking for the Bitcoin C point, which worked out great. And people were freaking at the end of September. And we, again, even as it was taking shape, the C point from here was a 5-0 pattern, that we had a pattern there, great. And we were still looking for the 1618. Are we going to get there? I'll tell you what, this is where the patterns as a framework really help you to see. Because if we don't bounce from here and we start to go all the way back and retest this C point, then we start to lose the integrity of the whole crab pattern itself. Not to mention that this can no longer be a crab because this prior high took out that first previous high. That would be a major failure. Let's get to some of the other markets next week, folks. Listen, last week we did a full workup on gold, and I've been really clear on my whole deal on gold of 1720 and 1936 is target 2. So do look at the prior sessions. All right, couple other books. Let's get 3 more books out. So I'm going to give some people, I know some of you guys have a slow internet. Okay, so I'm going to put up and say, all right, let's the first 3 people to put up, type BTC. BTC, let's see who is. I'm writing these people down, by the way, so I know who you are. But if you don't win today, come back tomorrow or come back Monday. I'll give at least 1 away. BTC, folks. Hold on. There you go. Danger wins. Crypto Clan wins. Morgan, you win. All right, you 3 guys. Send me an email. Everybody else, if you didn't get a book, this is where you get all the books. And come back on Monday. I'll give a few more out. I mean, listen, I got a lot of books to get rid of, quite frankly. And I give them away with the software. So if you want to buy the software or get the Harmonic Pattern Collection, Black Friday, I'll throw in a book with it. You have to ask for it, though. I'm not going to advertise it. But if you ask, I'll send you a book if you buy the software. But for everybody, do get Harmonic Trader, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and download those. Lots of illustrations, lots of how-to stuff. The thing that, let's come back. I still didn't get to it today, but let's look at it like this. I'm going to go through the Volume 3 thing on Monday because I do want to show this specific setup that is happening quite a bit with HSI and relative strength or amplified where we get oversold. Now, we're deeply oversold in a lot of these situations, but it's not available. It still hasn't consolidated yet. A lot of these are actually have gone deeply oversold. But we'll talk more about that on Monday because I think that's going to be a more timely subject, and we'll probably get some pattern formations. But I want to talk about this thing, this setup, this specific strategy on Monday, but you can access it now on Volume 3. It's page 265. It's the RSI band breakout strategy. So again, get all of those. Go to the basic members on harmonictrader.com. Also next week, I'm going to pop up the Ninja Chart program, the Sierra Chart program, and MetaTrader. I've showed everyone eSignal. These are great programs as well. And I think MetaTrader 5 has a great crypto feed, especially if you're outside the United States. So do take advantage of that. Just access all of that. Go through that. Again, everything you need to get started is here. And then join the Discord with our big group. So you'll get more information. We'll have more on on Monday. And again, the blog, go to the blog for Black Friday special. Why? Because that's off menu. It's also going to be in the description of the YouTube video. I'm not doing emails. I'm doing this to market to the people that are paying attention. It's really important because I feel like the people that are coming here that are learning, that are watching the streams, and I'm seeing a great movement here, great progress. You you know where to go. And I don't have to handhold you folks. So get with the tools. That's why I make it so easy. Get with the Black Friday special. So you can now subscribe and you have a subscription gold membership and get 13 months for 12 plus the 10% discount. That's all there. The coupon does not work for the lifetime. The lifetime package, I said this for sure. If you want to upgrade and get the owners, because we are phasing out the owner's license, the coupon code for 10% off is HPC TV 10. And I just put that in the chat. Yeah, you guys know how I am. I'm real flexible. So if you reach out to me now, and I do recommend take the trial now. Everybody if you sign up for the trial, I'll grandfather you in. Okay, so as long as you're signed up now, you can take a look at everything for free, and then subscribe when you're ready. And we'll be doing more of kind of the detailed strategies of how to be looking at these setups manually, as well as the auto-generated signals, because together I think people are learning a lot of, in the same way that people read 3 and 5 wave Elliott patterns, people that are reading the harmonic pattern framework are understanding where the reactions are supposed to happen, where reversals come together, and where things should be turning. I mean, this is it. You're scraping a bottom. This is for Bitcoin, 56,000, 57,000 is a lot like 40,000 or 37,000 or 29,000. No more room. No more room. You cannot be, you can't be at 51,000. You might as well be at 39. So that's what I have for today. Folks, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. If you celebrate that, I do. And coming up to a crazy holiday season. Look, markets are down big today. Yeah, with this silly news. We'll talk about that on Monday. We're really not too surprised. I'm not really that surprised about, S&P's down 95. NASDAQ was down 300 and change. Now, looks like it's coming back. The Dow's down 850. But gold is hanging in. Crude oil is getting crushed. And that's down $9. But I don't think that's not going to sustain. We will talk about these markets on Monday. The pause and everything we were looking for is coming. But we're just in reaction territory. So let's go more on that on Monday. And if you have any other questions, you know where to get me. Get me on the Discord. Again, Discord's the place to go. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. Happy Black Friday. We'll see you Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Go get 'em.